Okay, hi there, guys. Here today with Roscoe Pietersen, 31-year-old defender of Cape Ubuya, and a good friend of mine. So we're just going to ask him a couple of questions. Roscoe, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thanks, man. All good. How are you doing, sir?
Good, thanks, man. So I just want to ask you a few questions about yourself personally. We all know you are a Christ follower, but the first thing I want to know from you is what have been the highlights of your career thus far?
Personal highlights on the field. I started at Chippa United. I think that was one of the things that that highlights my career. We did a historical double promotion from the Vodacom to NFD, and from NFD to the PSL, like in consecutive seasons. That stands out for me. And playing my first game from Chippa, I went on to sign for SuperSport. So my first game for SuperSport as well. That's a highlight for me because it obviously was my first PSL contract, and stepping into the big leagues. Played a few cup finals with SuperSport. That stands out. Winning the Telkom knockout with SuperSport. Also making my debut for Bafana Bafana. That also stands out for me. And recently, I'll say one moment that obviously that I'll always remember is scoring 2 penalties in a game. I think it's a testimony of my self-belief. Something I used to struggle with before. Quite nervy to already just take 1 penalty, but I think taking 2 penalties is a testimony of my self-belief. And I think also reaching 50 club appearances for my current club now, Cape Ubuya, within 2 seasons.
Awesome.
I think that stands out for me. And at Ajax as well, I think I reached about 44, 46 games for them as well within my 2 seasons at Ajax Cape Town. So those are my personal highlights of my career.
Nice one, Roscoe. Then I just want to find out from you now. I know you have faced numerous setbacks. Can you just describe some of them for us and how you have actually overcome them and gone through them?
Okay, that goes before. I had setbacks before becoming a professional footballer. As an amateur, 3 knee operations, I think between the ages of 16 and 19. So that in itself was something huge that I think I had to overcome, because obviously the fear of getting back into it, and obviously thinking that maybe football is just not for me, and there was a time where I wanted to give up, especially after the 3rd operation.
I'm sure.
Then I persevered, went through my rehab, and then fortunately I got scouted by Chippa when they were still in the Vodacom League, and then just from there, like I say, we did the double promotion. So that was before being a professional. I had 3 knee surgeries, and then obviously when I went to SuperSport, I also had 1 major knee surgery, ACL reconstruction. Also had to go back again for another knee surgery. So 5 knee surgeries in total. That's a lot, if I can say so myself. So getting over those setbacks, obviously I had to fight my own demons within me. Like I said, that fear of going into tackles again, or just being in physical contact. Obviously I had a good circle around me. My family, my wife now, Lisa, she was around for me the moment I signed at Chippa already. And those setbacks, like I had, like I said, a good circle. So friends, family, get me motivated, and I struggled a lot, especially like signing for SuperSport and then thinking, okay, I go now, and then I was hit again by a serious injury. So what kept me going, as I was always motivated by my wife, Lisa, I had good friends around me. Kurt Lenchis at the time was one of my teammates at Supersport, and I can really say that he also helped me through those times. Yeah. So I had good support to overcome those setbacks. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. So, you know, I never knew that you had 3 ops prior to being a pro. That just shows how much mental strength you had as a youngster. Because I mean, I don't think many players would have actually gone on to become and have the career you've had after having 3 ops. I mean, prior to being a pro. So amazing stuff. So then, I think it's well known that you have a temper on the field, or you had a temper on the field. I just want to explore that a bit. You know, what was that you know, how was that anger shown, and why did you have that anger, and how have you dealt with that? You know, since then. I mean, you are now 31. You've been a pro for, I think it's been 11 years now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah. How have you dealt with that anger?
Where it comes from, I think it's just that my will to win. I have and I'm very competitive. I have a strong winning mentality, and I think that kind of, when that overcomes my mind, it's really something that it's a skill that you need to learn how to control that. And I think where it comes from is just my competitiveness, highly competitive, and my winning mentality, you know. And I think that things that used to strike it for me in a game or in the training session, like just getting angry, would be like I would my focus wouldn't really be on myself, you know. Things externally or things out of my control was actually making me fume, you know. I have this aggression, especially like if things just wasn't going my way, like if the team was losing or if the training session is not going my way, you know. There's a lot of vulgar words I would use, and yeah, to just flare me up. I think it comes from the highly competitiveness and the wanting to win so badly, if I can put it to that way.
You met Bruce Naden, who is the head of Sports Chaplaincy South Africa, and you have worked with him, but also you have worked with Starting 11 Revolution over this past half a year already. Can you just explain to us how having worked with both of these organizations has helped you both as a person and as a player?
Well, I'll start off as a person first. Obviously meeting Bruce and the Born to Play group, spending lots of time, you know, with the guys there. And Bruce was such a mentor, you know. At the time, you know, like I wouldn't really put myself out there, but Bruce just has that character, you know, that personality, that smile. It's like the awkward ones, he's the one he's actually like gonna go to, and that's how it started, you know. I think he was aware of who I was, but he wasn't sure if it was me, because at the time I was at Vasco, there was a player, Johnny Amogam, and he used to speak to me about Bruce. Yeah. But I obviously never had the real introduction to Bruce, and I came to find out that Johnny was talking to Bruce about me, like saying, you know, there's a guy that plays in our team, he does all the right things, but he just does it in the wrong way. So meeting Bruce, spending lots of time with him and lots of time in the under his mentorship, it's honestly like just changed my life for the best, you know. I've come to know really who I am. I've come to know what my purpose is in life, you know. And I mean, Bruce also, when I proposed to my wife, Lisa, Bruce also reached out the hand to say, you know, he will prepare us for marriage, like give us marriage counseling, and that was also a huge thing for me. in identifying and on this journey, like coming to know who I am and what I'm stepping into, as a new role of being a husband and things like that. So as a human, it helped me in leaps and bounds. With the starting 11 revolution, it's kind of like it's like the sports chaplaincy, like with Bruce mentorship, and starting 11 revolution was like, it's like a perfect marriage for me. Like I could just like mold it from both sides into one. And I think it impacted me like hugely as a man. Like I do know who I am now, I know my identity, I know my purpose, I know I'm a God-fearing man, So the marriage of both, putting it together, was like the perfect time in my life that I went through, Look back about it. It helped me so much off the field, especially with knowing who I am and what my purpose is. If I can speak about on the field, it obviously helped me. I think I'm recognized. We touched on it already. I'm recognized as the aggressor, player full of anger. Like if people hear Roscoe Pietersen think, oh, it's that guy that full of anger or screaming at everyone. So on the field, it obviously helped me deal with those issues, the highly competitive ways, the winning mentality thing, and keeping my eyes, like I'm worried about everything, instead of really I'm focused on the uncontrollables and not on the controllables, and really going through the mentorship under Bruce and going through the starting 11 revolution has really equipped me with powerful tools that today I can really say it helped me tremendously. My time at Ajax, and obviously now currently at Cape Moya as well. I feel more in control of my emotions, and obviously it's also helped me in terms of my communication. Like the anger would sometimes be, or my willing to win would be interpreted in a way of anger. Obviously in the way that I speak. So when the results are not going the team's way, or say for example we're losing and something happens, I would address it. It would be the right thing, but the way I'm doing it would be wrong. So the way it would come across, the message would come across to the player or whatever, will seem like it's coming from a place of anger. But if the team was winning and the same thing happened, then I would have a more calm approach about it. So being under the mentorship of Bruce and going through the starting 11 revolution, I'm equipped now with tools to control that, so I'm more calm in my thinking. I'm focused on the controllables mainly, and I think it's just improved me so much as a player on the field as well.